Hello, have you been told that you have to wait until you are licensed to earn commission? Have you been told that you can't get paid? You can't be paid a referral. You can't be paid commission whatsoever. All of that is not the case. The Finder program exists. Agents do not know about it. Brokers do not know about it. I know about it. I'm teaching you about it. And today is day one. If you want to earn commission while you're learning, while you're waiting to become licensed, we wanted to eliminate that barrier here at our community. We wanted to make it possible for you to earn commission while you are learning so that you don't have to wait forever to get paid. And so that's one of those things that we decided to do here. We're excited to have done it. And so you're going to learn from Amy Serpa here in a minute. You're going to learn from Andres de Arense. You're going to learn from Zach Bach. And today we kick off Commission Bootcamp. Today we start making money. Do you want to join us? You don't have to be licensed. We will train you as you are learning. We're going to have fun doing it. It is all very exciting stuff. So if you want to reach out to me directly, you can do that. Just feel free to text me first at 951-691-7798. Again, that's 951-691-7798. And then we'll set up a time for us to speak. And then we'll have a little consultation. We'll talk about what you can do, or you can just jump right in here to real estate class. Commission Bootcamp, as of now, runs Monday through Friday from 10 o'clock on, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, kind of depending on the schedule here in the office. And so if you want to start earning as you are learning, this is something for you to do right now. That's what we're going to break down for you right now. So this is how to get paid. All very exciting stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and my right into class right now. Like I said, feel free to reach out to me. This is day 6 of our little course here. This is where we jump into our community real estate class, and let's see, our community real estate and the Finder program. Tuesday through Thursday, every time we do the boring stuff. We do not put off the boring learning. Let's see, join us now to learn how to earn commission now. I have to let people know that they can do this because people don't realize that this is even a possibility. This is part of the big upset of what we are doing here. We want to take real estate off of the golf courses, out of the wineries, and into the high schools and onto Main Street. So this is a total real estate revolution. This is something that we are doing to revolutionize real estate. We know that good people are needed in real estate. It's no secret that good people are needed. We know that community is needed in real estate. It's no secret. So if you want to jump in right now today, this is your best opportunity that you've ever had to jump into real estate. I can tell you that without a doubt in my mind. So on Friday, we're going to jump into a Socratic discussion. We're going to talk about the best social media outlet for launching your new real estate career. Your new real estate career starts right now. It starts right now. It doesn't start 6 months from now when you get licensed. It doesn't start when you pass the test. Your real estate career starts today. And so we're going to discuss the best social media outlet for launching that in our Socratic discussion. We're going to talk about the Finder's Fee Agreement, RPI Form 115. This is totally legal in the state of California. If you are operating outside of the state of California, unfortunately, you cannot participate in the commission program. If you are in California, you can absolutely 100% earn commission while you are learning. This is how to do it. The RPI Form 115, we're going to go over how to fill that out. You're going to fill it out during class. And so without further ado, we're going to talk about Commission Bootcamp here. This is what we're going to break down today. Amy Serpa has a presentation for you to discuss the Finder program, all the legalities, what you can talk about and what you cannot talk about while you are finding and identifying people who need to buy and sell real estate. There are some things that could get you into trouble if you try to practice real estate because you're not licensed when you are not licensed. So what you are doing is hey, listen, I'm a real estate student. I'm actually in real estate school right now. Are you interested in leaving the state of California? That's a big one. Are you interested in leaving the state of California? And so Amy's going to talk to you about what you can do to start generating those leads, start working your sphere, all of that good stuff. Zach's going to expand on that. And then Andres is going to talk about some script work and things that you can discuss without getting yourself in any sort of trouble. Next week, a week from today, Susan Ebert is going to talk to you about door knocking. This is something that is invaluable for you in your career. Right now, there are people out there door knocking solar. We've been talking to them. And they're out there door knocking for a fraction of what the commission is. And I'm going to break down the commission for you guys. I'm going to tell you exactly how much money you could expect to make while you are earning if you are getting paid, if you are actually closing transactions, or if you are referring out deals and they are closing transactions. So it's going to be important who we send these deals out to. So Susan Ebert's going to teach you how to generate these leads while you're door knocking. Open houses. Melissa Huck, she's going to be teaching this high school class later today. Hopefully, if everything's all right. I know that she had an emergency over the weekend. And then Christian Stone, he's coming in studio today to teach the high school students. He's going to be teaching you guys next week, and he's going to be live on Facebook. I'm very excited about this. Okay, so without further ado, do you want to start a career in real estate? Today is the day. We have the Spanish translation going on in the background right now on Zoom. So if you need to get logged in. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to one of your Commission Bootcamp instructors, one of your licensed agents that you will be working alongside over the course of the next 13 weeks, is Amy Serpa, my friend, fellow licensed realtor here at our community, and fellow combat veteran. Amy, feel free to go ahead and jump in here. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and pull up your name. And so if you want to go ahead and come over right here, I'll pull up your name. I'll pull my name down. Go jump in, dude.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I am very excited to be talking with you guys today. Today we're launching Commission Bootcamp, like David was saying. So I wanted to go over first and foremost, the most important part are all the legalities. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in here with this presentation that I've got started for you guys. So this is Commission Bootcamp. I am Amy Serpa. That is my contact information, 951-436-1466. You guys feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And then also if you guys want a copy of the PowerPoint, I can also send that your way as well. Okay, so let's dive in and talk about how you guys are going to get paid. So this is the Finder's Fee Agreement Form 115. This is the form that you're going to need to fill out to be paid as a finder. Excuse me, agency relationships in real estate transactions. 3 classes of real estate agents have been established in California: licensed brokers, licensed sales agents, and unlicensed finders. This form is used by an agent when they employ an unlicensed individual to locate, solicit, and refer or identify persons who need the services of the broker to document the terms of the employment. Fiduciary duties require brokers and their agents to perform on behalf of their client with the utmost care and diligence as a protective shield in transactions. An unlicensed finder has no such fiduciary duty to the members of the public. A finder's function as an agent is limited to soliciting, identifying, and referring potential real estate participants to brokers, agents, or principals in exchange for the promise of a fee. They are locators, period. Limitations are placed on the conduct of a finder. A finder lacks legal authority to participate in any aspect of property information, dissemination, or other transactional negotiations. Although not licensed by the California Bureau of Real Estate or accepted as members of any real estate trade association, finders are authorized by state codes to solicit prospective buyers, sellers, borrowers, lenders, tenants, or landlords for referral to real estate brokers, agents, or principals. Thus, they, as an occupation, provide leads about individuals who may become participants in real estate transactions. So the long and skinny of that is, a finder is someone who is going to locate and identify buyers and sellers. Okay. A finder providing referral services in California for a fee may find and introduce parties, solicit parties for referral to others, and be employed by principals or brokers. A finder may not take part in any negotiations, discuss the price, or discuss the terms or conditions of the transaction. A finder who crosses into any aspect of negotiation which leads to the creation of a real estate transaction needs a real estate license, as they are both soliciting and negotiating. Unless licensed, an individual who enters into negotiation supplying property or sales information may not collect a fee for services rendered, even if they call it a finder's fee. Also, the finder is subject to a penalty of up to $20,000 and a 6-month jail term for engaging in brokerage activities without a license. In addition, a broker who directly or through their agents permits a finder or anyone else in their agency to perform any type of licensed work, solicitation for a referral, may have their license suspended or revoked. So obviously we don't want any of that, you guys. Okay, let me go ahead and move these slides down. Hey, Dave?
Yeah.
Can you fix the slide here on here? Thank you, thank you. Okay, so this next portion is my personal portion. That first half was a little bit dry because it talks about all the legalities, but again, that is so important to be able to understand what you are legally allowed to do and not do. So please, please, please pay attention to that first part. I know it's a little bit dry, but again, we don't want anyone getting fined or losing their license. Okay, so this next part is something that I've labeled as started from the bottom, because I know that high school seniors and adults right now, it's more important to understand how to launch your brand and your business with absolutely no cost or as minimal cost as possible. So these are some fun ideas for you guys to be able to use to launch with nothing. Okay, utilize your lifestyle. This is one of the warmest ways of building your book of business. Your sphere are the people you know, like, and that trust you. Your sphere of influence, or your SOI, can include family, friends, co-workers, an organization, or a group of people that you are involved with and members of your community, etc. Get involved in your community. Give back to your community, and your community will give back to you. How can you give to your community? Become an activist. What are you passionate about making better? Get involved with your local church, nonprofit, or charity program. Feed your community by hosting a food drive. Take care of your community's children. Host a toy drive during Christmas. Holiday events. We host 4 free events a year for our community. Join a veterans group, PTA. Capitalize on your hobbies, your children's hobbies, and people will never forget what you have done for their children. When we were doing our toy drive this Christmas, there were some families that wanted to give back because they had been helped in prior years. So be authentic in your lifestyle. You want to work with people that want to work with you. Invest your energy. This is a major part of the building of your business. When you don't have money to invest, when you cannot afford to invest money, you invest your time and your energy. When I was launching my business, I was telling my brother, I don't have a whole lot of startup money, but what I do have are blood, sweat, and tears. I will pound the pavement and do whatever I need to do. I have as much energy as I can give. So what can I do, right? So your success will be measured by the amount of uncomfortable conversations you're willing to have. You have to create the opportunity for a yes. So the more conversations that you have, the more you're creating that opportunity for a yes. Get out there. Success in real estate is a byproduct of the way you live your life. Building business to business. When we first launched our company, we had a meeting with all of our affiliates, brought everyone to the table and asked them, how can you guys help get involved in our business? How can we help feed each other? So get your affiliates involved in your business. Host events together at no cost to you. Ask your affiliates if they can get involved and sponsor an event with you. One example with that in our business was Operation Greenlight. So you guys can look that up on Facebook. It was a veteran-centered event where we went around in our community handing out free green light bulbs in support of veterans and first responders. Network with local businesses and share on social media. Adapt a tribal mindset in your business and take care of one another. Mission essentials only. Keep costs at a minimum while you're starting your business. You don't have to spend a lot of money to make a lot of money. Spend what you need to invest in the basics, but get creative when you can. Use Canva to create your brand, logos, flyers, etc. That is a free platform that you guys can utilize. It's what we use to create everything that we put out on social media. Example, use your phone to take a headshot and skip the photographer to stay cost effective. Our team took our photos at home with our iPhone, and that's what we used to get started in our business. Take advantage of free platforms. Let your social media work to your advantage in your business at no cost to you. Free platforms to build your business: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Canva, Pinterest, Trello, Clubhouse, TikTok, and obviously there's lots more. Dominate your farm. If you can't measure it, you can't market it. That was a quote from our title guy out here. So that was one of the best things that I ended up implementing in my business, was understanding the parameters of my farm. Farm territory is like war. You must have a strategy and know your AOR, your area of responsibility. You have to identify the parameters of your farm. Stay in the heart of your farm and present in the streets. You want to be seen. Face-to-face interactions, Zoom meetings, social media, local Facebook groups, and events outside of real estate are a great way to connect. Go live on social media and tag the businesses and the people that you connect with. Leverage other people's networks. Lock in a solid mentor. They will make all the difference. You don't know what you don't know. Let them know when you're working, but don't be afraid to make big moves in silence. Okay, guys, so that is my presentation for you guys. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. Today in Commission Bootcamp, we're going to go over the Forward model, and that is a script that you use to call your SOI, your sphere of influence. So please tune back in, and thanks so much for your guys' time. David?
Okay. All right. So one of the questions that keeps coming up to me is, how much money could I expect to make in commission? How much is the average commission? And so I wanted to actually take a moment to break that down here for you guys before Zach jumps on. Zach's actually here in studio to join us here today as well, which is fantastic. It will make this Q&A much easier and the sound on Zoom a lot easier. So, okay, we're going to pull up my calculator here to show you guys how the commission actually works out financially. So let's say you are working in the average price point of $500,000, which is pretty reasonable for the state of California. Well, $500,000 times 0.025, which is a pretty average commission offered to a buyer, the total commission is $12,500. Now, $12,500 is a lot of money. That is the total commission that goes to the brokerage. After the total commission, you go times 0.8, which is the average starting split here at eXp, 80% for an agent who has done 6 or more transactions, which is, of course, who we will be referring these deals out to. And then it's $10,000 times 0.25, which is 25% of the commission. Now, the average commission for a $500,000 home, you're looking at about $2,500. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of commission to get started. And what you are doing is you are finding and identifying people within your sphere, or door knocking or calling, that need to buy and sell real estate. Just like Amy said, your success will be defined by the number of uncomfortable conversations that you are willing to have. So if anyone has any further questions about the way that the commission program works out, it's 100% legal in the state of California. So if it's something that you want to participate in, please let us know. Just jump in, fill out that form that we talked about at the beginning of class. And right now, I'm going to bring up Zach Bach, who is one of the leaders here of Commission Bootcamp, along with Amy and Andres and some of these other licensed agents like Sky Vasquez and Cora who are stepping up and into the office in a leadership position because we want you working alongside licensed agents. So, Mr. Zach Buck, you in the office here, handsome? All right, go ahead and hop in here.
All right.
Welcome, welcome. I've got you're on camera right here.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to cover a few things of just what Commission Boot Camp is, what I'm going to do with Commission Boot Camp. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself because, of course, everybody wants to know who they're going to be working with. It'll probably sound like I'm bragging a little bit, but I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you the facts and what I did to achieve the success that I've had the last few years. So I got out of the military in 2016. I transitioned into the reserves. At that point, I had called David up and I said, hey, I'm going to be getting out of the military. I think I'm moving back to Northern California. David said, don't do that. Come be my listing agent. Of course, at that point, did I even have my real estate license? No. And so I ended up coming down and being David's listing agent, which a couple people didn't like that I was immediately a listing agent, but David understood why he wanted me for that position. 4 years later, I've sold, I don't know, $30, $40 million worth of houses at this point. I had a very good year last year and the year before that. My first year on the team, I cleared 6 figures. And I'll never forget my tax person asking me, they said, how did you do so well your first year in real estate? And I just said, I worked. And that's what I'm going to try to get you to understand is that you can be successful in real estate simply by working, but not just busy work, working effectively. For me, when I got out, from 8 to 12 every single day, I was on the phones. Whether I was circle prospecting, calling expireds, following up with open house leads, I was on the phone for 4 hours every single day. From noon to 2, I'd go to the gym, I'd have lunch, and then from 2 to whenever, I was either showing houses or I'd be back on the phones. I worked 7 days a week until I started getting stuff in escrow because that's what I needed to do to make sure that I had income. Now, a lot of people go, oh my gosh, I've never, I don't want to work 7 days a week. You don't have to, but it really depends on the results that you want. I see Christian Stone tuned in. I know Christian is a fantastic person. I used to see Christian door knocking every single day. Even when he was having very successful years, he was out door knocking every single day because he was building a reputation for himself. So a couple things that I like to discuss first is recognizing that you're a salesperson. Everybody is a salesperson. Whether you're a kid selling your parents on why you need another $30 for the arcade, whether you're a husband selling your wife on why you need another fishing rod, whether you're a wife selling a husband on why you need to do whatever, everybody is a salesperson. And if we accept that, it makes life a lot easier because everything in this world, all of our economies are all based around sales. So my goal is to help give you a roadmap. Now, your roadmap doesn't have to follow my roadmap exactly. Your roadmap can be different. But what I want to do is I want to give you a tool. I want to say, hey, here's this tool and here's this tool. If you want to build a shelter, you might want to use a saw, but if you want to use an axe, I'm still going to give you the axe to use. But we're going to give you a roadmap. We're going to say, hey, you do this, this, and this, and this. And if you focus on a couple of these, you'll probably achieve some success. If you choose to focus on all of them, you're going to do very well. One of the biggest things that I am going to talk about is sphere of influence, is utilizing the people that already know, like, and trust you to help you sell real estate, because that is one of the most important things, is utilizing your sphere of influence. And it's where a lot of people that get into this industry don't focus. They get into the industry, they want to buy leads, they want to, do all this craziness, and they forget that their next door neighbor probably is going to sell their house at some point. Those people across the street are going to sell their house. Aunt Judy and Uncle Tim want to move to Nebraska. And it's utilizing and talking to those people and building genuine relationships with them that is going to help you achieve that success. Which kind of goes into my next point, which is raving fans. There's a couple books about this, about building raving fans. And the biggest thing is if you make people's lives easier and you treat them with respect and you help them get their house sold and you help them have a smooth transaction, that's how you build a raving fan. People that when real estate comes up or somebody says, hey, I have a cousin that's thinking about moving here, they go, I got a guy or I got a girl, you don't want to use anybody else. And so how do you build those raving fans? So the next thing is the grind. There's a book, it's called The Slight Edge. And in The Slight Edge, he says, you have to be okay with the monotony that is success. The monotony that success is, just like I talked about, knocking on doors, spending 4 hours a day on the phone, holding open houses every single weekend. It's boring. It's not the most exciting thing on the planet. But it allows you to live a life that is exciting because you can make a good amount of money. And so being okay with the monotony that is success is something that you have to accept. We're going to talk about being a specialist versus a generalist. So a generalist, hey, I'll sell houses anywhere in Southern California. It doesn't matter to me. I'll go 3 hours away in Southern California to sell a house. Versus I focus on these 2,000 houses. I own a 50% market share in these 2 houses. I sold 47 houses in the last 2 years in this group. There's both sides of the coin can be good. Of course, with a generalist, if this pocket all of a sudden goes away, what happens? But a specialist can focus all of their energy in one area. And there's a very successful person named Darren Campbell who will be teaching a class later, and he is very much all about being a specialist. Know your niche. We're going to talk about some crazy stuff. For example, handing out Starbucks gift cards. Now, that'll cost you a little bit of money, but I have challenged people in the past. I said, spend $100 on Starbucks gift cards, $5 gift cards, and go and walk around and hand people a Starbucks gift card. It says, do you know anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? If you do, I have a $5 Starbucks gift card for you. Most people can go, oh, I can't think of anybody. You say, you know what, I'll give you the gift card anyway, but here's 2 of my business cards. Put one in your wallet, and please put one in your junk drawer at home. And it's in your junk drawer because you're always going to remember where it is. And then if you happen to come across somebody, please give them my business card and think of me, yada, yada, yada. You'd be surprised how well something like that works. We're going to talk about circle prospecting. What is circle prospecting? That's calling a neighborhood and saying, hey, do you want to sell your house? Of course, there's some other scripts that we're going to teach you, but that is the idea of circle prospecting is utilizing your farm, utilizing your niche, and getting your name in front of them. We've done circle prospecting with stuff as simple as, hey, the Temecula Rod Run is coming up. And people go, okay, why do I care? Well, just want to give you a heads up, the freeway will probably be pretty backed up on Saturday and Sunday, so if you are going anywhere, we just like to inform the neighborhood and let them know, hey, avoid this area. Now, if you want to go to the Rod Run, it's a fantastic opportunity for you and the family to see some classic cars, blah, blah, blah. But we'll talk about creating scripts like that, where you're not calling people just going, do you want to know what your house is worth? Next thing is talking about for sale by owners. How do you call a for sale by owner? How do you get them to list with a real estate agent? What do you say when they say, well, houses are selling like hotcakes right now. My neighbor sold their house and it only took them 2 days. How do you overcome those objections? And we're going to talk about that. We will talk about open houses a bit, but we do have an entire segment about open houses. So we'll talk about open houses and the way that you can apply scripts that you use on the phone, also at open houses. And then the last thing that I want to just reiterate is everyone is in sales. And recognizing that you are in sales is one of the biggest things. And everything that you do in life is a script. I always used to joke that no matter if it's you're talking to somebody that you see as a potential dating partner or marriage partner, or whether you're at the gym or whether you are ordering at Starbucks, everything that you do in life is a script. Some scripts we've simply practiced way more than we practice other scripts. If I ask you what your Starbucks order is, most people can rattle off a 27-page order. But if I say, hey, how are you going to sell yourself? What is your elevator script? People sometimes go, well, what do you mean? And so I want to talk about how can we practice our scripts in life and everything else. So that's all I got. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them and I can answer. I'll be hanging around for a while. I'll give you back to Mr. Serpa here, and I look forward to working with everybody. These chairs. Woo!
Zach fell down on camera. No, I'm just kidding. That was great, Zach. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Here we go. So if you're just tuning in now, this is Commission Boot Camp. This is what we're talking about. This is how we're going to launch this. We're going to be bringing on Andres de Arense here in a moment. If you're watching on Zoom, you might lose the audio because I'm transferring him in via eCam. So you might need to transfer to Facebook here for a moment. And reminder, we teach these classes. We have them translated live into Spanish. If you want to go ahead and tune in, feel free to do that, and we will make sure that these things are translated for you. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Andres. He's going to give you a little bit more information. Andres, here we go. Welcome.
Good morning. Real quick on the lighting. That's probably going to kill it, huh? How about now? There we go. Good morning, everybody. Better? Good? Can't hear you.
How are you? You ready?
There you are.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
I can hear you, so go for it, my brother.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get these glasses. I'm staring at my screen. I had to change remote locations. I'm a little bit remote outside the norm. But man, thank you, Mr. Bach, Ms. Serpa. Amazing content. I'm telling you, we got a gold mine of wealth, Mr. Serpa, to give to you guys. I'm going to go back to mindset and then connection with people. Because again, we are people. So I'm not going to dive too deep in, but I'm going to go on a basic psychological necessity you need to know when it comes to sales. And that is dealing with the midbrain and the reptilian brain. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me lock the door. I got a pretty active family, so I don't want anybody barging in. All right. So, and you can Google this and really deep. So I'm literally going to barely scratch the surface about lowering the guard. All that great content you got there with Bach. I mean, we got champions. We got tons of experience. We know the what. This is real estate, commission, create a legacy. We know the how because you got great talent. You got, the Serpas, the Bachs. We got so much talent. But now the why. I won't focus on your why, but this is more focused now on the client's why. So all this great talent won't penetrate until you lower the guard. Okay, and that's called the reptilian brain. It is a survival instinct in the human brain, fight or flight. Okay, now back then the human, was dealing fight or flight was bears, lions, tigers, the defense mechanism, and that human has a decision: either fight that beast or run. So now there's no lions and bears for us here, but the fight or flight now for the human is their pocketbook. They're going to fight their pocketbook because it's their livelihood. They worked hard, they sweat, 20 years in the same job that he hates. So are you kidding me? He's not just going to hand over some money just because you got a pretty face or because you're a realtor and you got a license. You've got to connect on such a deep emotional level to be able to relate to the person in front of you. So remember, warm up. Okay, so that would be your first meet and greet, and then you got to warm up and just connect on the person who they are. I always mess this up, but that one quote, people don't know how you care or whatever, until you know how much you care. I always mess it up, but you guys know what I mean. But basically, if they don't see a pair of eyeballs staring at their pair of eyeballs that you actually give a rip about what they're about, they'll keep that guard up, and most likely they're going to yes you to death. Oh yeah, hey, how's this? Oh yeah. And they're just yesing you to death and waiting to hang up. Okay, so if you can lower that guard and connect on the level, like Bach said, I think a couple weeks ago about form, that's a great one. Family, occupation, recreation, and funny
And
because
dreams.
yes,
Family, occupation, recreation, and dreams.
Oh, so how did it go with the M? Ford? Oh, it's Ford.
That's correct.
Okay, we say form. So in my industry is with an M, and we say money. Okay, now you guys that are in the new client stuff, you're not allowed to talk about money. So right now you don't need to worry about the M, just the FOR. But I love that D. I love it. I'm gonna add that to my arsenal. Dreams. I usually get that in the beginning, but that's awesome. I love that. So basically, family, occupation, and recreation.
I learned something new today too, my brother. I've never heard form.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, form. So when you touch money, money, what's the primal things in the humans right now is water, food, sex, money. So you have some basic essential things that people always have on their mind, on their subconscious mind. So when you touch any of those, you're gonna trigger conversation. You're gonna surface the puke when it comes to objections, or you're gonna surface their heartstrings when it comes to regular finding out about them. So remember, we are logical beings, but we are emotional beings. Now, some of us are more emotional than the average bear. And then Mr. Host right there, my opposite, we call each other the opposites, because he's an emotional being, more on the emotional side. Then we have people maybe more on the logical side. But either way, the human is composed of both aspects. So when you approach a logical person with more logic, now you're on their realm, you're on their playing field, and you're going to go beak to beak. That's a battle. Or like we call it, I come from multiple industries, car business, timeshare, and real estate and loans. So we call that wrangling or grinding. I don't know about you. I don't like grinding with people because, you know, sometimes you cost friendships, you lose relationships that you've taken so much time to build, and you lost it because you grinded instead of plucking emotional heartstrings of the person. Why? Because that guy's, you know, he's sick and tired of going to his mother-in-law's for his 5 million kids birthday party because he has a dinky little 1,100 square feet. So his heart is, I need something bigger, okay? And that you'll never surface until you dig into the 4: family, occupation, recreation. I usually get on family, and I don't even need everything else, because who doesn't want to talk about their family with another human being? We all love our families. That's one of our prides. It's one of our joys. So that's a good one. And then usually there is where most pain is found. So another little tidbit: the human operates on hope for gain and pain when it comes to achieving and progressing forward in their lives. You can go hope for gain. Hey, work really hard, make 5 million phone calls, and you're going to create a legacy. Okay. Or, hey, you better pay before your house gets taken and your car. So, and interesting enough, the most effective one of the two is pain. The human will react to pain first before they go for hope for gain. They tell you hope for gain. I want a 5-bedroom. I want $5 million, dollars worth of acreage and blah, 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 blah. They got all this hope for gain, but that's not really going to move them as much as, hey, I'm sick and tired of my mother-in-law telling me how to do birthday parties at her house. Now, why is he at her house? Because he has a dinky, small little house, and he's in pain, and that's why he clicked on the link. That's why, he picked up the phone, because they know you're a realtor or in the industry. Why? There's pain in their life. So getting to that again goes back to, you must lower the guard enough to get past the reptilian brain to now go into the midbrain. Okay. Now the midbrain is consisted of the personality, the free will, the center of the person, their moral centers, their guidelines, their standards, whatever you got in front of you and whatever they believe. Doesn't matter. If you stick to the family, occupation, recreation, you don't have to worry about what they are in front of you. Because it's pretty intimidating when, let's say, you make 50 grand, you're talking to somebody that makes $750,000 a year. How do you close that guy? You know what I mean? Well, guess what? When I was a young green pea in any profession I did. Why? I didn't go down the path of the typical agent. I didn't go down the path of beak to beak and, hi, welcome to McHouse. Would you like a 4-bedroom or a 3-bedroom? Well, I'd take that's an order taker. Okay. You're not an order taker. You're a professional real estate agent, or gonna be, for the state of California. In one of the largest markets, Southern California. If you're in the area, if you're nation, don't worry, we're all connected.
Oh, really quick,
just
yes. You are not licensed at this point. That's the commission boot camp is.
Yes.
You are unlicensed. You are working as a finder. There are certain things that you can do and cannot do. So correct. Just for the sake of keeping everybody like good.
I don't think this is pretty basic. This is pretty basic. If you have the law in your head, you're not going to go there. I'm establishing. It's the same, lowering the brain for them to even take your call. You're a finder.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. The form stuff is good. There's a lot of ways to talk about this, talk about the pain point without actually talking about anything that is going to get you into trouble. But I'll go ahead and send it back to you, and then we're going to do the Q&A here with Zach and Amy.
How much more minutes?
You can wrap it up whenever you want to wrap it up.
Okay, perfect. So, yes, don't forget protecting yourselves. Definitely. You're not talking about money or houses. But again, lowering the guard and getting into the midbrain. That's the key. That's why I start. That's what I'm saying. Everything else is gravy. But the core issue when you're picking up the phone as a finder, same thing. When you're going to talk to your wife, same thing. If you're going to attack her beak to beak, she's going to put the guard up and defend herself. If you're going to go towards your kid, this works in every aspect of your life. Fight or flight, got to lower the guard enough for them to allow you in their lives. Okay? And then once you're there, and I always take notes. I literally have a sheet. I have the same 4 questions in my head. Because it doesn't matter where I pull them from, they work. Why? It's 30 plus years of sales. Okay, so lower the guard. Once you're in the midbrain, then you can begin plucking emotional heartstrings through family, occupation, recreation. Now, what's nice is as a finder, you're going to begin to create a network. And as you create that network, what I would recommend is logging everything. Now, again, logging everything about that person in front of you, logging everything about that being. That's a human being, and they have likes, wants, desires, fears. So if you keep looking at the reality of what's in front of you, okay, then it's easier to get into their heart. They come into, and it's kind of cool too. You're going to meet some amazing people. I got clients that I sold timeshare to years ago that are now coming onto real estate. So
Hey,
you
Andres,
keep showing up, Sherpa. You have questions?
we're going over here a little bit for the Q&A for everybody in
Perfect.
Zoom.
Thank you.
And I want to make sure that we get a chance to do that. But I don't
Thank
want to
you.
step on your instructional material. So
No worries.
you in a good spot?
I'm done. I'm going to wrap it up then. So actually, you know what? You just might as well keep it on and continue. But basically, guys, if you forget who's in front of you, you're going to be one out of the 5 million realtors that are in this valley. Okay. So if you are sounding the same and, listings and how great, and funny, everybody's #1 in the valley. I don't know how that happened. And everybody's throwing off and whatever. No, you've got a real father in front of you, a mother, a daughter, a son, a grandma. They got real emotional needs. So don't forget that is critical. That has been the #1 thing in my success. I was a cook, and then my buddy in the car business said, "Get over here, come sell cars." Like, yeah, right.
Andres,
So, and that has been an amazing thing. Back to you, Mr. Sherpa.
I appreciate it. Thank you, my brother. It's we were all over here waiting for Andres to finish up, and we were just roasting each other for how everybody did on all of our performances. And so it was a lot of
The
fun.
good news is it's real.
Yeah,
We're not fake. I don't know about you. I don't got a mask. I don't do well acting like someone else. So it's.
Yeah, no. It's so we were all giving each other a hard time about the presentations and whatnot. And so Zach, if you want to go ahead and lean in here a little bit more, scoot in here. So at this point, I do want to open it up for questions from everybody from Facebook and everybody from Zoom. For those of you that are just logging in, we did figure out a commission program. It's called the Commission Bootcamp. It's the Finder program, and it's a way for unlicensed people to get paid commission while they are learning by finding and identifying people who need to buy and sell real estate. There's a lot of different ways to do that. We're going to jump into that today in Commission Bootcamp. You can log in from home by opening up your laptop and getting involved, or you can come into the office here at our French Valley Hub and work with us here in person. And we're more than happy to work with you. So at this point, I'm going to check the Zoom meeting to see if you guys have any questions to come into the office today. What time for all? Okay, so Commission Bootcamp kicks off immediately after class every day, Monday through Friday. So Monday through Friday, we run from 9 to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we start Commission Bootcamp. And some days that will probably run for 1 hour. Some days that will probably run for 2 hours. But we're always going to at least run it for 1 hour. And we're going to have a Zoom link for it. I don't know if you've created the class yet.
I've got one. I'm going to send out.
Okay, so we're going to send out the Zoom link to everybody and let you guys know how you can log in for Commission Bootcamp. In fact, we'll post it in the comments right after this to make sure that you guys can log in. This is something that sometimes we'll do live. Sometimes we'll only do it, amongst us on Zoom. It just kind of depends on this guy and this gal. That's our 5-minute warning for class at this point. So we're going to start wrapping it up. And of course, we did start a little bit late today. So here we go. So great show today. Awesome work for our community. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. So go ahead and come in today at 10 o'clock or check the comments here shortly for that Zoom link where you can then start logging in every day after class at 10 o'clock and work with us. If anybody has any questions on Facebook about the Finder program, the legalities, how we are doing what we are doing, our community or otherwise, please let me know. Whether you're watching this on Facebook and you want to rewind this and start this from the beginning, this is how we are legally paying commission.
You got to rewind it. Put your tape
Rewind
in the tape
it.
player and hit rewind.
We were talking about Blockbuster this morning, which I worked at Blockbuster. So just go ahead and you rewind it to the beginning and then press play.
And make sure you're listening to your mixtape.
And then if you want to join us, press play record. And then that way we can go ahead and make sure that you're heard as well. But we're going to give you guys live feedback. We're going to work with you guys. I think probably one of the first things that we'll end up doing today, if I'm not mistaken, Zach, is probably calling the sphere.
We're going to talk about how to call the sphere first.
We'll talk about how to.
We'll learn some scripts first, and then we're going to go from there.
Cool. And then and so we're going to create that link for you guys. We're going to post it in the comments. Looks like we're just got some positive feedback here. Again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reset this really quick and let you guys know how you can find us, what it is that we are doing, how we are doing it here briefly. So my name is David Serpa. This handsome gentleman next to me is Zach Bach. And then this charming young lady to my right is Amy Serpa, my sister. And every single day, you can watch this on Facebook. We cover the boring stuff. We cover the we've got babies in the chat right now. It's getting very hard. Very cute, Tim. Very cute indeed. So you could go ahead and watch on YouTube. We put this out every day. If you miss the class, if you don't watch it on YouTube or you don't watch it on Facebook, you watch it on YouTube. This is probably the most important class that you have watched so far, without a doubt, because this is the one that's going to launch you towards what you need to do to get that first paycheck. And then, of course, feel free to watch on Zoom as well. Zoom is going to be a very important thing, especially for those of you that need the Spanish translation. Zach does not habla español.
Habla español.
He does not habla español. Amy does not habla español. But Christian Tikas does, and Andres de Arense does, and they are translating every day, Monday through Friday, making sure that you guys get a chance to involve yourselves here in our community. We want to make sure that we're upsetting the setup. We are gaming the game. We're sort of like overthrowing this sort of tyrannical real estate industry. It started today. Today I'm very excited about it because this is location. Somebody's asking what the location is. So the location is right here in our French Valley Hub. Or like I said, open up your laptop and type in the link that we're going to post here in the comments. We'll also post it on YouTube. Reach out to me at 951-691-7798 if you're having trouble figuring any of that out. I know that a lot of this is kind of a little bit complicated, but it's complicated because it's new. It's different. We're doing something a little bit different than anyone has done before. Everyone's always trying to protect their commission. They're trying to keep everybody out. They're trying to not cut up the pie. But the thing is, the pie's big enough. Everybody can eat. And there's no reason why people need to continue to not be able to feed their families, especially during a pandemic when there is a industry like ours, which has been declared essential, where you can start working, start finding and identifying people who are needing to buy and sell real estate. Fish with us, serve with us, and then eat with us, right? So we appreciate you guys watching. Feel free, like I said, check it out on YouTube. You can also watch on Facebook, and then also on Zoom. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If there's any other questions in the Zoom, I will. We got one more. Are you planning to assign finders to certain realtors? No, we're not. So this is going to be part of the lead generation program for the office. And what we're going to do is they're going to be qualified real estate agents that have closed a certain amount of transactions, who are professionals and who know what they're doing, because we don't want to send these leads out to just anybody. And then they haven't closed at least 6 transactions. They don't necessarily know what they're doing yet. We want to make sure that we're sending these out to licensed, trained professionals in whatever area we send them to. So this is not going to, there's no opportunity really to build a team through this license find or through the Finder program. There's no way to have like your Finder generating leads for a specific person. What you'll do is you'll say, I am a student at a real estate school. I'm working as a finder. I'm not licensed, but I can still make commission by finding and identifying people who need to buy and sell real estate. Are you planning on leaving California? When are you planning on buying and selling real estate? When are you planning on moving, right? There's a million different things that you can ask people that aren't going to get you in trouble. But no, there is no way to set up one specific agent, because then what would happen is people would accuse me, running our community, of favoritism. They would accuse me of kind of setting up individual people and also denying other people opportunities. And so I want to make sure that that opportunity is getting sent out throughout the office amongst the mentors that are here, amongst the licensed agents that are here grinding with you, so that you have a relationship with these agents. And then if we don't have an agent in that area, we'll find somebody. We'll find a great agent to set you up with, because we want to make sure that we're setting you up with somebody that's going to answer their phone, that's going to get you, set up your clients so that you get paid, right?
That's right.
Any other things to add before I kill this live feed?
Join us on Commission Bootcamp, guys. Be very, very excited to share all of our information that's been, learned through lots of hard work. So you guys, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And right now there's such a tremendous value that we're offering to you. So please capitalize on this. This is all free stuff. So we're excited to see you guys over there. Let's get paid.
That's such an important thing to say. You don't know what you don't know. There's so many people who've called me up. They're like, how are you doing this?
Yep.
What are you doing? How? It's all legal.
Yep.
I just read the book. Like all of the books that everybody says, that's a waste of time. Serpa, you're not going to teach that stuff. What a terrible thing to do. No, by reading the book, I learned.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Real Estate Principles, we could show you exactly where in the Finder chapters it breaks down the legalities of in California of paying people who are unlicensed as finders while they're working towards getting their real estate license. And so what we really want to do is we want to blow the roof off of this thing. We want to make it possible for everybody to eat, everybody to feed their families. What's the definition of a tribe? A tribe is a group of people who would be compelled to share the last of their food together. And so we want to empower people to create generational wealth for them and their families, to create abundance, to create that mindset of ownership of business. That's what the whole way that we've designed this platform. So at this point, we've reached our 53rd minute here. And like I say, I never want to keep anybody hostage past the point of value. And so we're never going to do that. Second we stop offering value, we're going to go ahead and cut it and get to the good stuff. So it's 10:02 right now. We're going to go ahead and jump into Commission Bootcamp. We're going to get that link generated, and we'll post it in the comments on Facebook right now. Everybody have a great day. We appreciate you watching. I'm going to kill this Facebook feed. I'll keep the Zoom one open and tell you guys where you can find that link. All right.